So I am all aware of what's been going on, and I'm glad you're here. We have a lot to do tonight, so I want to start by talking about the road closures, and start by with putting up the map and then a brief introduction. What we'll do is we'll talk. Deputy Doug's going to help me out, and let me see. I'm trying to make the screen smaller.
Why?
There, oh, there it goes.
Big is
I'm not
better.
used to using Windows. There we go. So we have been meeting for a little over a year as the Bayview Daze Planning Committee. Let's see, if you're on the committee, go ahead and raise your hand and introduce yourself.
My name is, I feel like to tell the truth, Vicki Richardson, and I am the official first queen of Bayview. Thank you. You don't have to bow.
Pay homage.
No.
Probably everybody knows me, Bruce Clark.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Mike Fogarty.
Tina Wilkins.
Hi, Tina. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Judy Nelson.
Ted.
What am I voting on?
Yeah. You're in charge.
You're in charge, Ted.
That's what happens when you come late, you're stuck.
And Kevin. Yeah, Kevin made it. He's a busy boy. Okay, so back, I don't know, after last Bayview Days, we started meeting and talking about this coming Bayview Days about a lot of things. One of those things was the traffic and parking issues with Bayview Days. The three issues we had identified with Bayview Days were number one, parking and traffic. I guess that's two. So that's 1 and 1.5. Parking and traffic, moving vehicles. The second one was volunteers. We had, we just need a lot more volunteers. And the third one is money. We need a lot more money. So we started talking all about those different things, coming up with plans, fundraising plans, recruiting volunteers, and we started talking about the traffic. Brandon, Timberlake Fire Chief, and Deputy Doug in the back there and I have met, 3-4 times, give or take, to talk about the issues of the traffic. And the main concern that we have regarding Bayview Days with traffic and the roads is safety, especially with all three of us, Doug and Brandon and I, are very concerned about the safety of the families and the kids during Bayview Days, especially walking across Main Street, like from the vendors to the Merc and up and down the street and that kind of thing. So that was our main concern with approaching the whole issue of closing Main Street. The other issue that came up was regarding the boat ramp. So there was a possibility that we could ask the Parks and Rec to close the boat ramp, and that since is not going to happen this year, doesn't look like. So what you're looking at is what we're thinking of for Bayview Days. This is not the parade, this is after the parade, okay? Of closing Main Street from 5th to 6th and then from 5th to Hudson Bay. The main reason for that is safety. The second reason is what we've talked about all year is how do we keep people in town from the end of the parade to the fireworks, which is a big period of time. So again, we've talked about doing all kinds of stuff, and like games and those kind of
When
things.
is the fireworks? Is it on a Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
It is gonna be
Yeah.
on Saturday, okay.
And so the question is, what can we do to keep people in town, to keep them, for the businesses, spending money at the businesses, and for the vendors, spending money with vendors, and keeping people in town enjoying themselves during Bayview Days. So we've come up with a lot of ideas and talked a lot about them. And our desire was to concentrate all of those activities downtown. Now, realize every time I say downtown Bayview to my kids, they laugh. Yeah. And so, but we're talking about down, mainly between 5th and 6th. To put booths, run games, do things that are centered down there to keep people in town all day. So we've been talking a lot about that all year, but it's been difficult because, again, we lack money and we lack volunteers. So we can plan all kinds of stuff we want, but we can't pay for it. We don't have people to run it. So so far, most of those plans have not come to fruition, but we're still planning. So as you can see, the parade route, or I'm sorry, the main street closure goes from Hudson Bay to 5th Street, and then from 5th to 6th. That leaves the boat ramp open. You'll see the turquoise there is boat ramp traffic. That will allow people to pull in, back in, drop off, pick up their boats, and then cross Main and park where they're gonna park, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to close the ramps. It's very difficult to find places. My hope would be, I don't know if it's gonna happen, my hope would be to be able to place no parking all the way up 5th and 6th Streets and 4th Street, so that people don't end up parking in other people's front yards and all that kind of stuff. To let you know that one of the things that we've been working on to compensate for closing parking downtown is that we've spoken with Farragut Park, and they've agreed to let us use, I think it's like 5 acres. Anybody, you know what that acre is, Kevin?
Close enough.
Yeah, 5 or so acres off of the highway coming into town as a parking lot during Bayview Days. And then I've spoken with the superintendent of schools for the, is it Lakeland Unified School District?
Joint school,
Timberlake?
Timberlake Joint School.
Yeah,
Or
Timberlake
it's Lakeland Joint
District.
School.
And she said that they will work on donating a bus and a driver to us for the day to shuttle people from the park to downtown and then downtown back to their car. So that's still in the works. With all this levy stuff, it's been very difficult, and they've been super busy, so still waiting to hear from them.
Will the people still have to pay the?
Yes.
the parking
Yes,
fees?
yes.
Where are
So-
the vendors going to be?
We'll get to that. Sorry, I don't mean to put you off. We've got to finish this part.
There's the part.
So the second thing is that the church has graciously donated their property right over here. They have 5 lots that they've been cleaning up, getting ready for other things, but for us as well, to provide parking, and they're going to provide the manpower to park the cars and move the traffic through there. So that's been really awesome.
Can they park boats there and trailers?
It becomes a liability issue, and so we're just thinking about providing a place for volunteers to park and then overflow parking for other people. In other words, my thing is, if we're asking people to come to town for Bayview Days and enjoy themselves, and then we tell them, sorry, there's nowhere for you to park, it's just not gonna happen, you know what I mean? So by providing these 2 lots, especially the lot in the park,
That should be huge.
we can make up for that, and we can tell them, it's not free, but what can you say? It's just not free to use. So we know that, in the first year, it's gonna be kind of, it's kind of confusing, because people don't know, we're not sure how it's gonna work. We're just trying to make it work. And so that's where we stand now. Because I understand a lot of the difficulty of people driving up and down the side streets, parking in places where they shouldn't, and, you know, doing the usual stuff that people do. So, yeah. So that's what we've been working on for parking and for during the day to close Main. You can see again, the turquoise is for boat traffic. The purple there goes in front of the Merc, in front of JD's, is a turnaround. If people don't want to go through town on that detour, they can turn around, and it'll also provide an alternate way for boat traffic to go. So that's that little purple line there. It looks like a 7.
Chan has all of his booths set up, that's not his.
Yeah.
Actually, they're gonna, this year, that's where we can answer that question. They'll be in the parking lot,
Across from the Merc.
across from the Merc, yeah, in the old Button Hook parking lot,
Right.
yeah. Which is huge, so that's
Yeah,
awesome. That
that's-
opens all this up
that's
for us.
much better.
It helps us to concentrate everything downtown then, so. Okay, and you'll notice then, the detour is in gray. There is a mistake up there where you see,
Which good point.
yeah, this roadblock right here is a mistake.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a mistake, okay? So, matter of fact, Deputy Doug, could you address the
Route.
So Cape Horn. last
Cape Horn
year,
Road? Yeah,
They had one of the emergency vehicles that could not get through, because people were parked alongside the road. So, I was told by the watch commander last year that we are not gonna have people parking on Cape Horn. That initially started as we were gonna block Cape Horn off, but, that's gonna create a big headache for people who live out of Cape Horn. So in speaking with the sergeant this year, it looks like what we're probably gonna do is patrols up and down Cape Horn, and then basically, you see somebody parked, you're out, you know, basically tell them they gotta go.
Can't park.
Because again, in some parts, Cape Horn is just too narrow, and even though we had cars pulled off to the side, and we thought that there was plenty of room, we were just driving a little, you know, UTV. Like I said, the emergency vehicles couldn't get through, and that's a massive liability for both us and the fire department. So, one of the things to keep in mind is, for Chief Hermann and I, our job is as an advisor. So if the group decides that they want to close the boat ramp, so when they said, well, we'd like to close the boat ramp, as a county employee, I call the county and I say, will you guys close the boat ramp? They say, no, okay, well, it is what it is, right? Things like that. Chief Hermann was in favor of closing the boat ramp simply because it was a safety issue. Every year, we have issues with people pulling in, and then people are jumping in the water in the boat launch. And he felt that if it were closed, it would eliminate that safety issue. However, again, we're advisors, we're not true members of the committee. So we basically provide resources as we can and advise, like, if Dave says, well, we want to, you know, start charging people $15 a pop to drive down a public road, well, then I have to say, well, you can't do that by law. See, so we, you know, provide advisory.
I was going for 20.
Huh?
I was going for 20.
Kevin,
Damn it.
dang it.
But, yeah, that's, I just wanted to clarify that, but we're looking at, and what Dave was talking about is where Cape Horn starts there, we actually were looking at putting a roadblock up above where, Weller takes off.
Waller Road?
Yeah, right
Waller
there.
takes off, that's where we're looking at doing the roadblock. Now, we still haven't assigned a watch commander for this, and so I haven't gotten a definitive answer. However, the watch commanders that I've talked to have, you know, at least given me a solid, we will do patrols and make sure nobody is parking on Cape Horn.
So again, if there was a roadblock, but somebody up above wanted to get out for whatever reason, then you'd let them through, you'd move the roadblock. Yes?
If there was, yes.
Yeah, if there was
Yeah,
a-
they would just need to show an ID showing that they live out there.
Right.
And then take a quick polygraph.
Background check.
And pay $25.
Huge
Get out.
signs saying.
So
no
disregard,
fireworks parking.
disregard this and this.
Perfect, yeah.
That's all off the
There's a
table.
big sign that says you cannot go up here and watch fireworks.
Yeah.
Well, they usually close
Or you'll be
people.
towed, yeah, or
We
ticketed.
do?
So what
Yeah.
about the people that live between Fifth and Sixth? And me, myself, having the mercantile, being able to get down through there, plus my employees to come and go.
And your business.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
this
it's
is
gonna kill
our
my
biggest
business.
weekend of the year. I mean, that's the huge thing.
Packing ice, everything else. we're over
ice,
here.
firewood,
If you
because I
cannot
get a lot of
access the
stuff
furniture,
from.
cut
I don't understand the
from-
question, sweetheart.
If
About
you
her
block
business?
them
No.
roads, how are people supposed to get through? Even like the people that live between Fifth and Sixth.
So that's the gray, you see the gray that starts right there, goes down, oops,
What about
Uh-oh.
Corbin?
technology.
Boom.
I went to sleep.
There it goes. Yeah, it did.
Go up there, dear. Show us what you're talking about. I don't know.
So where is the mercantile?
It's
There, it's back.
Is it
Right.
north of Fifth?
It's back.
Oh, there it
Between
goes.
Fifth and Sixth on Main.
It's in between the two.
Yeah.
Can you show us that what you're talking about? What they're talking about?
Oh, right here?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, 'cause Sixth
Okay.
comes in right at-
So the question
So
is,
the Merc is right here.
Purple dot.
Yeah, purple dot right there.
So there are people that live in between them two streets,
Right.
plus
Yeah, they have
my
houses there.
business and my employees to get through there.
And Deb, I gotta say,
And people that
most
live there
importantly,
park.
your business. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
They've
this
always
is the biggest
parked on
weekend
that
of the year For
street.
businesses in this town.
On top of
And
that,
she
with
can't
like
be cut
people
off. I
that,
mean,
the older people in the community that they can't walk that far and they have to drive right up to the store to be able to come in.
Hmm.
So what, are we gonna push them and make them to go up to Apple?
so are you saying you don't, are you saying you don't want the road closed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
guys,
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
why
saying.
don't you? It's right in front of her business.
Okay, I
So
just said say it.
That's
Say it.
why we invited everybody out here.
Yes.
But you've been meeting for a year. And now
Getting
you're,
feedback from the community. Okay, that's what we're here for.
Okay, and Cheryl just made a good point. You've been meeting for a year. There's not been anything on Facebook, anything inviting the
Nope.
public to get.
no articles.
There's in the byline.
Each of
there's on the
you
reader
have
board,
gotten,
but there's-
well, not Cheryl, because I didn't know you wanted to. So, but everybody has gotten emails all year inviting you to the planning
Everybody?
committee.
The
Well,
people that
in
have
the
signed up to your
bylaws-
email have, not everybody.
Everybody
can't say
who just
everybody.
spoke.
On six.
Pardon?
I said everybody who just spoke.
Oh, okay. But
I've
They
got a
don't,
business.
We're
so
speaking for
here's
those
the
that
thing,
haven't
stop,
known.
please stop. We have not been in secret, we have
One
not
at
been
a
hiding
time.
anything. This has always been open. There's no, that's why we're here, is to talk about this.
We've been crying
So-
for people to get involved, and
Yeah.
nobody wanted to get involved.
But,
Okay, I
Yeah,
know.
that's
okay.
true.
I guess
That's
my
very
point
true.
One at a time, please.
There
This
is
is why.
several Bayview, Idaho Facebook pages.
yeah,
I put out one post talking about this meeting
Last
and,
week.
you know, and it blew up. So one of those, if you've been doing this for over a year, not only about this, but volunteers and the whole shimoly, people get involved, would have been huge in my opinion. So,
Thank
just
you.
saying.
Joy texted me some stuff and has oh, you know what, I should have put it on, yeah, I should
This
have
is
put
my
it on
big
there.
giant copy for everybody to see. Yeah, as a graphic.
I wish we could put that on the overhead.
I can refer to this. Okay, so right off the bat, some of the things you're saying I really like, and I can totally see the need to make this safer. This corner right here is gonna be my first concern for safety. With these two-way traffic coming in, plus Hudson Bay traffic, this is a snarly corner.
Yeah,
Margaret knows that.
yeah.
So that's a big concern. traffic here, is this gonna be one way?
That's Fifth, right.
Right, but just.
Yeah, so that,
this is one way from here to here.
yeah,
Is it one way from?
To go around
No.
JD's.
Ralph Jones Boulevard to,
for
Yes.
boats,
You
yeah.
can't go anywhere else.
okay,
You can't
so
go
that's
for
good, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that would be madness to have that two-way.
But, so my idea here, and it kind of is a win-win for solving things, is people coming in on 54, come through, boom, it's in the green. People from Hudson Bay Road, that's the only way they can go.
One way.
One-way traffic. From here, there's cones coming, splitting the traffic into this. Because coming from here is one way, because 6th Street is not wide enough. We measured these streets, we've done our homework. 18 feet, 23 feet, 22 feet. Gets wider in certain areas, but those are the bottlenecks. You can't